In the dead of winter 1944, deep within Japanese-occupied Manchuria, 5 men fell from the sky. 5 men, tasked with destroying one bridge. Their chance of rescue? 0. This is the forgotten story of a mission so secret it was erased from history for over half a century. Welcome, and today we uncover one of the most audacious special operations of World War II. While the world watched the titanic clashes in Europe and the Pacific, a shadow war was being fought in the frozen wastelands of Manchuria. This region was the industrial heart of Japan's war machine, and pumping through it was a lifeline of steel and steam, a railway network so vital it was known to those who built it as the Death Railway. Every ton of iron ore, every barrel of oil, every soldier heading south traveled along these tracks. To cut this artery was to cripple an empire. But how? In a smoke-filled room in London, a plan was hatched, as desperate as it was daring. The target, the Feng'an River Bridge, a remote but crucial choke point on the railway. The team, a hand-picked group of 5, 2 seasoned British intelligence officers, experts in sabotage, and 3 hardened Eastern European mercenaries, men who knew the brutal realities of survival behind enemy lines. Their cover story? They were fur traders navigating the wilderness. Their real mission? To deliver a crippling blow deep inside enemy territory. Parachuting into the sub-zero darkness, hundreds of miles from any friendly force, was the easy part. Now they faced the real enemy, the unforgiving Manchurian winter. Disguised in heavy furs, pulling sleds loaded with explosives instead of pelts, they moved like ghosts through the dense, snow-laden forests. Every snapped twig, every shadow could mean discovery. Japanese patrols were everywhere, and the local collaborators were a constant threat. Their journey was a grueling test of endurance, a silent march against the biting wind and the gnawing fear of the unknown. They relied on celestial navigation, crude maps, and an unbreakable will to reach their target. After weeks of trekking through the hostile landscape, they finally laid eyes on it. The Feng'an River Bridge, a skeletal giant of steel spanning a frozen gorge. It was heavily guarded. The team waited for the darkest hour under the cover of a brewing snowstorm. Slipping past the outer patrols was a masterclass in stealth. 2 men created a diversion miles away, a small, contained explosion to draw attention, while the other 3, their fingers numb with cold, began the perilous work of planting the explosive charges onto the bridge's structural supports. Every scrape of metal, every muffled cough, echoed like a gunshot in the silent night. They worked against the clock, the ticking of the timers a grim countdown. But as the final charge was set, disaster struck. A lone patrol, returning early, spotted movement. A single shout shattered the silence, followed by the blinding flash of a flare. All hell broke loose. The saboteurs, their mission complete, now had to fight their way out. It was a desperate, chaotic firefight on the frozen riverbank below the bridge. As they scrambled for cover, a deafening explosion ripped through the gorge. The bridge buckled, twisted, and plunged into the abyss in a shower of sparks and shattered steel. The mission was a success, but the price was devastatingly high. In the brutal escape, 3 of the 5 men fell. Only 2, wounded and hunted, managed to melt back into the blizzard, beginning an impossible journey back to safety that would take them months. So why was this incredible act of bravery buried for so long? The aftermath was complex. The destruction of the Feng'an Bridge caused significant disruption to Japanese supply lines, diverting resources and troops at a critical moment. However, the mission's unofficial nature, its reliance on mercenaries, and the high cost in lives made it a political hot potato. In the post-war climate with shifting alliances, the story was deemed too sensitive. The files were sealed, the survivors sworn to secrecy, and the fallen were left as ghosts in the Manchurian snow. Their sacrifice was erased, a footnote in a classified file, until now. This is a testament to the quiet heroes who fight in the shadows, whose stories are often lost to the winds of time. Their courage deserves to be remembered. If this hidden story of valor moved you, please show your support by hitting that like button, subscribe, and be sure to turn on notifications. We have more forgotten heroes and their incredible stories waiting to be brought into the light. Thank you for watching.